Welcome to you all. Now we are going to see the remaining lab experiments of the Python programming subject. Okay. Here the seventh experiment is the sorting. What is sorting? Arrange the numbers in ascending order. Okay, that is the sorting. Okay. In this experiment, we are going to see the bubble sort, insertion sort, and selection sort. Okay. First, we are going to see the bubble sort. Here Here see the this is the flow diagram for the bubble chart. Okay, our input is the 51428, that is our input. Okay, we are going to compare 1 and 5. I'm going to compare 1 and 5, which is smaller, 1 is smaller, so 1 must come in the first position, so we need to swap the first two elements, so 1 5. Next, compare the 5 and 4, next two elements. Next 5 is bigger one, so we need to swap. Next two elements. Here 2 is smaller, so comes we need to swap. Next time 5 and 8 there is no swap. Okay, like that second pass, first pass, second pass, third pass. Okay, here first two we need to no need to swap. If the first number is smaller number means no problem. If the second number is smaller means we need to swap. Okay, like that we need to swap continuously. Okay, until all the elements are swapped. Okay, that is the bubble sort. Next is selection sort. Here in the selection sort is going to find out the smallest number in the list. Which is the smallest number in the list? 13 is the smallest number. So the smallest number must come first position. So we need to swap the smallest number 13 to first position. Next, in the remaining list 72 to 36, which is the smallest number? 29 is the smallest number. So we need to swap 29 to second position. Like that, here 98 to 36, which is the smallest number? 36 is the smallest. So we need to swap 36 to third position. Like that, we need to swap all the elements. Okay, accordingly. That is called the selection sort. Okay, that is called the selection. Next, we are going to see the insertion sort. Here, see, insertion sort is when we are playing the cards. Okay, we are already having the some list of cards in the ascending order. We already having in the ascending order. Like that, we are going to take one new card means we need to place that card in the right position. That is called the insertion sort. Okay, see here. Here we are going to check the first two numbers. Okay, already I am having a list of cards. I am having only one card. 85 is the my card. Next, I am going to take another card, 12. So 12 is smaller one. So I am going to place the 12 in the first next to 85. Next, I am going to take the 59. Third card is the 59. So I am going to place the 59 in center of the 12 and 85. Next, I am going to take the 45 and then I am going to place that 45 in the right position. Okay. So, okay, like that I am going to take one new card and place it in the correct position. Okay, finally I get the output. So let's see in the programming style bubble chart. Okay, here first for loop is used for the how many elements are there. Okay, how many elements are there? Len of my list. Here I am going to run the program. Here enter the size of the list. I am giving 3. I am giving 3. See here, size, enter the size of the list 3. So what is the size value? 3. Next, my list, I am going to create the list with enter the list elements. Okay, see, for I in range of 0 comma size. What is size? Size is 3. So range of 0 comma 3 means I value is 0 1 2. 3 times it is asking. Okay, 3 times it is asking. Okay, enter the list elements. So first time I am giving 34, next time 54, next time 1. See, so my list, what is my list? My list is okay 34, 54, 1. That is my list. Next I am calling a function bubble sort and passing a argument my list. What is my list? 34, 54, 1. Okay, I am passing. So I am calling the function. So function comes over here. My list is 34, 54, 1 is my list. Next, for I in range of len of my list. What is length of my list? There are 3 elements. So 3 minus 1, that is 2. So range of 2 means 0 1. 2 times this for loop will execute. Next j, another for loop. 0 comma len of my list, that is 3. 3 minus, what is the first value of, what is the I value? My I value is 0 1 is the I value. First time 0 is the I value. So here 0 comma range of 0 comma len of my list, that is 3. 3 minus 0 0, 0 minus 1, 3 minus 0 minus 1, that is the 2. 0 comma 2, 0 comma 2 means 0 1, that is the j value. Here I am comparing of j. Here what is j? Here what is j? J is 1. Okay, j is 1. I am going to check the my list of second element. First element is 0 is j. So my list of 0 greater than my list of 1. I am going to compare the two elements. Okay, second and first element and second element. First element is greater than second element means we need to swap. What is the program to swap? The program swap the elements. My list of 0 comma my list of 1 equal to my list of 1 comma my list of 0. So it is swapped the elements. Okay, that's all. Like that I am comparing all the elements, and then finally I am going to print the sorted array in ascending order. I am going to print the my list. See, my list is printed in the ascending order. That is the bubble sort. Next is selection sort. See, selection sort also look like the same. Here we are using the while loop and we are going to find the smallest number. See here, smallest equal to minimum of my list. My list starting number is given, I value 0, ending number is not given means okay, complete list. It consider the complete list and get the minimum number, smallest number. Okay, so I need to place that smallest number. I'm comparing the smallest number and which is the we need to swap in the first position. Next time. Okay, like that. That is the selection sort. Next, insertion sort. Here insertion sort we need to place in the correct position. Okay, see here, enter the size of the element. It is also same. Insertion sort, I am calling the insertion sort function. Here see, for loop I am using, inside while loop also I am using, and then we need to fix the position and we are going to save the current value into the particular position. That is called the insertion sort. Okay, next experiment is the stack, implementation of stack. Here we are using the class and we are going to create the object and we are going to call the function of the class by using the object. Okay, see here, class stack is the class name. Here what is the function name? Here init function is the default constructor. Underscore init underscore is the default constructor. Whenever we create an object, it calls this init function. Okay, the default constructor will work. Next, add function is there. Next, peek function is there. Next, remove function is there. Next, display function. Okay, that's all. Here we are calling the functions. Okay. Okay, see. Here implement the stack. See, what is stack? Stack is the last in, first out. Last in, first out. For example, we are going to wear the bangles in our wrist. Here, first bangle get inside, it comes at the last. Okay, when we are removing, it comes last. So last in, first out. Okay, here what are the operations in the stack? That is push, pop. Push means insert, pop means delete. Okay. Next, peek means it is the topmost element of the stack. Next, is full means whether the stack is full or not. Is empty, whether the stack is empty or not. Okay, let's come to the program. Here, see. Here we are going to create the object for the class. Stack object equal to stack. That is, stack is the class name. Okay, so class name on function means I am created the object, stack object. Next, enter the size of the stack. I am running the program. Enter the size of the stack. See, I am giving 7. Here, enter the pushing element into the stack. For example, I am giving Monday. Next, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. See, that's all. I gave 7 elements. Okay, I gave 7 elements. So enter the size of the stack is 7. So for I in range of 7, so 7 times the for loop will execute. Here item equal to enter the pushing element into the stack. See, 7 times it will execute. So stack object dot add, I am calling the add function. Okay, so where is the add function? Here, add function. Here self is used to, it is used to refer the current instance of the class. What is the current instance of the class? Current instance of the class is stack object. Okay, so data value, that is the Monday. I am passing first value is the Monday. If data value, that is Monday, not in self.stack. See, whenever I created the object here, see, here I created the object. So if I created the object means what will happen? The first step, the init function is called. Inside the init function, what is there? Stack equal to empty list. Okay, I am created one empty stack. Okay, next only the size will execute the for loop, enter the pushing element. Next only I call the add function, add of item 1. So what is item 1? Monday is the item 1. So here data value is Monday. Here if Monday not in stack, yes, initially stack is empty, so Monday is not in the stack, condition true. So here stack dot append. Append means I am going to join. I am going to join the data value. What is the data value? That is the Monday. So in now what is stack now? My stack contains Monday. Okay. Next time, next what will happen? Next, again it is going to call the add function with Tuesday. Next, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, so my stack is created with Monday to Sunday. Okay, here top element of the list, which is the top element is initially I He added Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday is the last inserted, so it is the top. Okay, so what is the top element? That is Sunday. So how do we find stack object dot peak function? Peak function, it returns the top element. Okay, so next one, popped element from the stack. I am going to pop one element. So which element will remove first? So I am calling the remove function. Which element is removed first? Last element is inserted, that is removed first. So Sunday is removed. Okay, yes. Next I am going to display the list. I'm going to display the stack. What is the stack? Sunday is removed. So Monday to top element. Okay, displayed here. I removed the Sunday. So what will happen? Monday to Saturday is the answer. Next, I am going to remove the next item. If I remove the next means Saturday is removed. Okay, Saturday is removed. And then Monday to Friday is the answer. Monday to Friday is the answer. Yes, let's see the peak function. See, peak function, it returns the stack of -1. In the list, how do we find the last item? How do we access the last item of the stack? By using the index number -1. So here also we are using the same concept to return the last item. Next, remove function. Remove function, we are calling the pop function. What is the use of pop function? It is going to remove the last item of the list. Okay, so pop item we are using. Next, display function. See here, str of self dot stack. So it display in the entire list. Okay, that's all. Stack is over. Next, ninth experiment. Ninth experiment is the file concept. Okay, file experiment. Here, file 1 equal to open of myfile.txt. Okay, comma w. Comma w means write mode. Okay, it is going to create one file. It is going to create one new file, myfile.txt. Suppose there is an existing file name, myfile.txt is existing means we are going to override the content in the myfile.txt into new content. Okay, see here, L equal to capital of India is Delhi /n, capital of France is Paris /n, capital of England is London /n. /n means go to new line. Okay, that is the list. Next, file 1 dot write. I am going to write the content. What is my file? Myfile.txt. Initially, uh, myfile.txt is there means we are going to override the content. Capital of countries. That is, I have written in the myfile.txt. Okay. See, next, file 1 dot write lines. I am going to write means I am writing this line. Okay, write lines means I am going to write multiple lines. Okay, here I am going to write L. What is L? Here this is the capital of India is Delhi. Okay, everything is written in the file 1, that is myfile.txt. Next I am going to close the file to change the access mode. Next, I am going to open the myfile.txt in R plus, that is read and write mode. Read and write mode. Here, output of read function is, what is read function? It is going to read the entire content in the file. Okay, see here, what is myfile.txt now? See, I am going to open the myfile.txt. Here, open. Here, file name. Here, Python files. File type is all files. Select all files. Next, myfile.txt. Where is myfile.txt? See, myfile.txt is there. So I open the myfile.txt. Okay. Here, see myfile.txt capital of countries. Here I initially write the capital of countries /n. So first line capital of countries /n, new line is going. Next I write the multiple lines, write lines function. I write the multiple lines. Here capital of India is Delhi, capital of France is Paris, capital of England is London. See, everything is written in myfile.txt. Next, I close the file. Next, I am going to open the myfile.txt in R plus read and write mode. Here, file1.read function. What is the use of read function? Means it is going to read the entire content of the file. Okay, so see in the output screen. Output of read function is, that is displaying in the output screen. See the output. Capital of countries, capital of India is Delhi, capital of France is Paris, capital of England is London. See, that is displaying. And print one empty line also displaying. Next, seek function. What is the use of seek function? See, here seek function is used to takes the file handle to the nth byte from the beginning. Okay, seek of 0 means it goes to 0th position. File pointer goes to 0th position. So here output of read line function is, what is read line function? Read lines means it is going to read one line, read the first line of the file. So what is the first line of the file? See the output, capital of countries. That is the first line of the file, that is displaying the output screen. Next, seek of 0. Again, I am going to first 0th position of the file. Next, output of read 9 function. See, read 9 means it is going to read the first 9 characters of the file. What are the first 9 characters of the file? 1, 2. Here, see, what is my file? This is my file.txt. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, capital O. This is the first 9 characters in the file. So, what is the output? Read of 9 means it reads the first 9 characters of the file. So, capital O is the output. Next, seek of 0 means it goes to the first position. Next, read line of 9 also. Okay, it reads the first 9 characters of the file. Okay, what is the first 9 characters? Capital O. So see the output, capital O is the output. Next, seek of 0. Seek of 0 means it moves to this position. Okay, right now the file pointer is displaying over here. Seek of 0 means it goes to this position, 0th position. Next, output of read lines function. See, read line means this is the singular, so it reads the only one line. Read lines means plural. It reads all the file, all the lines of the file. Okay. See, next finally close. See the read lines. It reads all the lines of the program in list format. See list. That's all. Next, 10th experiment, that is the regular expression. Okay. See, regular expression means it is a special sequence of characters that helps you match or find other strings or sets of strings using a specialized syntax. Okay, match function is there. Okay, we are going to match. Let's see the example. See here, we need to import the RE, that is RE means regular expression. RE.compile of /d plus. See, I am going to run the program. Here it returns all the digits. See 11, 4, 20, 21. It returns all the digits. next see, I am going to run this program. Here it returns the last program, it returns all the numbers in separate format. Okay, here slash d plus means 11, it is grouped. Okay, 11 is in the group format. Next one, 11 4 is separated, 20 21 is separated. Okay, see, slash d, only slash d means what will happen, all the numbers are separated. Okay, see, all the numbers are separated. Here plus, if I put the plus means what will happen, it is grouped, the numbers are in group format, 11 4 20 21. Okay, next one, find all function. Okay, I'm going to run the program. Here see, everything is, all the characters are separated. Here star is missing, only star is missing, and white space, there is no white space. Okay, see the output. Next one, slash w plus. See, slash w plus means it is giving the result as the, see, each word is separated, each word is separated. Here white space is missing. Okay, see, white space and star is missing. Next one, if we want to print only the white spaces and star, see, this program is going to give the only white spaces and star. See here, the one white space is there, here two white space is there, and three stars are there. After that, one white space, two white space is there. Okay, and then dot is there, so each are separated. Next one, find all. We are going to compare the AB star. See, it returns the AB. Okay, what are the AB star? Here AB is there, it is separated. Next also ABB is there. Next only A alone. Next A triple B. See, it is showing in the output screen. Next is split function. Next is split function. See the output. It is going to split the words. Okay. Next also split function with W plus slash D plus. So it is grouping. Here see, split D plus. Next is split function A to F. Next, advanced regular expressions. Advanced regular expressions. Here we are using the match function. Here see the program. Import RE, okay, regular expression. Line equal to cats are smarter than dogs. Here we are going to match the objects. Okay. So match object dot group means, what is the output? Match object dot group. Group means the entire line is the output. Okay. Cats are smarter than dogs. Match object dot group 1 means cats is the answer. Next here we are separated with R. So what is the after R? Smarter is the answer, group of 2. Next is search function. Here also see the output. The first one, the match search object dot group 1, group 2. So group is first line, group 1 is cats, group 2 is smarter. Next, see this program, search and replace. We are going to replace. Here, phone number, this is the phone number. Here I am going to remove the hash till end of the program, end of the lines. Okay, up to this I am going to remove. So the program is, this is the program, sub of this one. Okay, hash. So it is going to remove this one. So see the output. Next, I am going to remove the hyphen also. So this program is used to remove the hyphen also, only digits. It display only digits. So this is the phone number. Next, list programs. Next one, list. See here, we are going to create the list in different ways. Okay, initially the list equal to empty list. Initial blank list. What is the initial blank list? That is a list, that is the empty list is displaying the output screen. See, initial blank list is empty list. Next, mango for sweet. That one string is passing in the list. Here, what is I am going to print the list means what is the output? Mango for sweet. One string is the output. Okay, next. Here, my list is the mango for sweet. There are 3 strings are there. Okay, so list of 0, list of 2. What is list of 0? This is list of 0, mango. List of 1, list of 2. So what is output? Mango and sweet is the output. See the output? Mango and sweet is the answer. Next, multi-dimensional list. See here, one list contains the another list also. So here, this is the index number 0. This is the index number 0. This is the index number 1. So here, this is index number 0, index number 1. I am going to print the list means what is the output? Mango for sweet is the output. Okay. Next, this is my list. I am going to print the list. See, I am going to just printing. That's all. I got the output. Next, this is the list. I am going to print the list. See the output. So this is the different ways to create a list. Next program. Initially list is empty. I am running the program. See the output. Initially my list is empty. Next, after addition of 3 elements, see append of 1. Append function. What is the use of append function? It is going to join the elements in the list. So append of 1 means 1 is added in the list. Next 2 is added. Next 4 is added. So after adding the addition of 3 elements, what is the my list? See the output 1, 2, 4. Next, I am using the for loop to add the elements for I in range of 1, 4. 1, 4 means range of 1, 4 means 1, 2, 3. So I am going to append first time I value 1, next time 2, next time 3. So initially already my list is 1 to 4. Next I am going to append 1 to 3 also. So 1 to 4, 1 to 3 is the output. Okay. Next, I am going to append 5, 6, that is in the tuple. I am going to append a tuple also. See here in the output screen, 5, 6 is included. Yes. Next, list 2 equal to, I am creating one additional list. List 2 equal to for sweet. List dot append of list 2. I am going to append list 2 also. So for sweet is added in the list. See, for sweet is added in the list. Next, list dot insert of 3 comma 12. 3 means index number 3. I am going to insert item 12. So what is the index number 3? This is index number 0. Next to 1, this is 2. Next, this is the 3. So here after 4, I am going to insert 12 in the output screen. Okay, after 4, 1 to 4, 12. 1 to 4, 12. Okay, next insert of 0 comma mango means at the 0th position I am going to insert mango. So first mango 1 to 4, next 12. Okay, see in the output screen 1 to 4, 12. 1 to 4, 12. Next list 2. I am inserting list 2, insert 0th position mango. Okay, what is list 2? See here, what is list 2? List 2 is for sweet. Okay, so I am inserting mango in the 0th position. So mango for sweet, that is the list. Next, extend of 8 mango always. See, what is the use of extend function? Extend function is used to insert multiple elements. Abba, Marada. Okay, what is the extend function? Extend function is used to insert the multiple elements in the list. Okay, so I am going to insert the 8 mango always in the list. So my list is inserted. Yes, 8 mango always also inserted. Okay, that's all. Next, we are going to use the accessing the elements in the list. Initially, my list is mango for sweet. Next, list of 0. What is list of 0? Mango is the list of 0. So I am running the program. See in the output screen. Mango is the output. Next, list of 2. What is list of 2? Sweet is the answer. So sweet also displaying in the output screen. Next, my list is mango for and sweet. So I am going to access the multi-dimensional elements in the list. So list 0, 1. See, this is the list 0. Next, sweet is the list 1. Here 0, 1 means in the list 0, 0 is mango, 0, 1 is for. So what is output? 0, 1 means 0, 1 means mango. 0, 1 means for. Okay, that is displaying in the output screen. Next 1, 0. What is 1? 1, 0. This is the sweet is the answer. Yes, sweet also displaying in the output screen. Next, my list is this one. Next, accessing element using the negative indexing. Okay, we can access the elements using the negative indexing. Minus 1 means it starts from the end of the list. Okay, minus 1 means sweet. Minus 2 means 6. So I am going to print minus 1. So what is output? Sweet is the answer. Okay, yes, sweet is displaying. Next, minus 3. See, what is minus 3? Minus 3 means minus 1 is sweet, minus 2 is 6, minus 3 is for. So minus 3, I am going to print to for. For is the output screen. For is displaying in the output screen. That's all. Next, we are going to remove the elements in the list. Okay, see, my list is initially my list is 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Next, initial list, I am going to print the list. So it is displaying in the output screen. Initial list is displaying in the output screen. Next, remove of 5. I am going to remove the 5 in the list and I am going to remove the 6. So 5 and 6 I am going to remove. Okay, what is my list? Without 5 and 6, what is the answer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. See in the output screen 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is displaying. Next, for I in range of 1, 5. What is range of 1, 5? That is 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is I value? Initially 1, next time 2, next 3, 4. Okay, so I am going to remove 1, 2, 3, 4 in the list. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is removed means what is the output? See in the output screen 1, 2, 3, 4 is removed. So remaining 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is the answer. Next, pop function. What is the use of pop function? It is going to remove the last item. So 12 is removed. So what is the remaining? See, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is the answer. Next, pop of 2. See, pop of 2 means what will happen? We are going to remove the particular index. So I am going to remove the index 2. What is index 2? 9 is the index 2. 9 is removed. So after removing 9, see 7, 8, 10, 11 is the answer. Okay, that's all. Next, list slice operations. List slice operations. Here see the list equal to mango for sweet. That is my list. Next, print the initial list. I am going to run the program. Here see in the output screen. My initial list is mango for sweet. Everything is displaying. Next is sliced list equal to list of 3 to 8. What is 3 to 8? This is 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 to 8 means 3 to 7. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So until this is the one part of the string, part of the list. So this is the new list. Okay, slice means it is going to create the part of the list. So go for is the sliced list. Okay, I'm going to print the sliced list. See in the output screen. Go for is the answer. Okay, next sliced list equal to list. Here starting index is not given. Starting index is not given means it starts from the beginning of the list, and ending index is -6. Okay, see, go to the list. Starting index is not given, ending index is -6. Here this is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Ending index is -6. So until this we are not considering. Okay, so here -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Okay, so my new list is FO. Mango FO is my new list. See in the output screen, mango FO is displaying. Okay, next, here starting index is 5, ending index is not given. Ending index is not given means it goes up to the end of the list. Okay, so 5 to end of the list. So here initially 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 to end of the list. So FOR for sweet. For sweet is the output. See in the output screen. Yes, for sweet is the output. Next one, see sliced list equal to list. Here starting index is not given, ending index also not given means it going to store the entire list. Okay, so what is the entire list? Mango for sweet. See, everything is displaying. Okay, next, see colon -1. What is the use of colon -1 means it is going to print the entire list in the reverse order. Okay, see, our list is printing in the reverse order. See, mango for sweet in the reverse order. Okay, next we are going to see the dictionary. Here there are many ways to create the dictionary in different format. Okay, so dict equal to, see, this is the empty dictionary, open curly brace, close curly brace. I am going to print the empty dictionary. See the output screen. The empty dictionary, this is the empty dictionary is displaying. Next, dict equal to 1 dates 2 for 3 brain. I am going to print the dictionary. See, 1 dates 2 for 3 brains. What is dictionary? It is a collection of different data types in key value pairs. Each item is in the key value pairs. So one is key, dates is the value. Okay, like that 2 is the key, far is the value, 3 is the key, brain is the value. Next, creating a dictionary with mixed keys. Here, name, dates, 1, this is the list is the value, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the list. I am going to print the dict. See, the dictionary is displaying. Next, creating a dictionary with the dict function. Here, see, I am using the dict function. I am passing the 1 dict, 1 dates, 2 for, 3 brain. I am going to print the dictionary. See, that is displaying. Next, creating the dictionary with each item as a pair. See, I am also using the dict function. Here, I am passing the pair of items. So, see in the output screen. Yes. Next, I am going to access the elements in the dictionary by using the key. Initially, I am creating empty dictionary. Here, empty dictionary, I am going to print the dict. So, I am running the program. See, empty dictionary, it is displaying. Next one, dict of 0 dates. So 0 dates is added. Okay, I'm going to insert an item in the dictionary. 0 dates, 2 for 3, 1 is added. So I'm going to display the dictionary now. 0 dates, 2 for 3, 1 is inserted in the dictionary. Next, value set equal to 2, 3, 4. Okay, see, I'm adding the value set. Here value set 2, 3, 4. Next, dict 2 equal to welcome. See in the output screen. To welcome. See, I am going to change the value of the dict 2. Okay, the key 2 value is for. I am going to change the value for to welcome. See, I changed it for to welcome. Next, nested key value dictionary. See, dict 5 equal to this one. See in the output screen. Dict 5. See, nested 1 life, 2 brain, that is also inserted as a nested dictionary. Next one, we are going to access the elements in the dictionary. 1 dates, name for 3 brain. Okay, here dict of name. What is the dict of name? Name is the key. It returns the value for the key. So what is the value? 4 is the answer. So I am running the program. It is going to return the 4. Yes, 4 is output. Next one, dict of 1. See, what is dict of 1? What is the dict of 1? Dates is the answer. So dates. Yes, it is also displaying. Next, get of 3. Get of 3 means, what is get of 3? See, brain. There are 2 ways to access the elements in the dictionary. Using one is the square bracket. Okay, and another method is the get function. So get of 3, that is the brain is the answer. Yes, it is also displaying in the output screen. Next one, CSV files. Okay, what is the CSV files? That is CSV files means comma separated value. Comma separated value is a simple file format used to store the tabular data such as the spreadsheet or database. Okay, see, that is the comma separated fields are there. Okay, each record consists of 1 or more fields separated by commas. That is the CSV files. Next, we are going to create the one CSV file. The file name is the student.csv. This is the student.csv file. Okay, here the list of elements are there. There is a nested list is there. Okay, roll number, name, branch, year. Here, this is the heading. First one is the heading. Second one is the data. Here, roll number ES21 RM01 Ajay RAE. Name is the Ajay. Branch is the RAE. Year is 1, like that. I am having the student.csv file. Next, I am going to read the CSV file. So I need to import the CSV. Import CSV. Next, file name equal to student.csv. I am going to use this file name. Next, fields is equal to empty list. So initializing the titles and rows list. So rows is empty, fields also empty now. Next, reading the CSV file. Okay, we are going to open the file. That is the file name. What is my file name? See, what is my file name? File name is the student.csv. So I am open the student.csv in the read mode as CSV file. Then I am going to reader. I am using the csv.reader function to read the content in the CSV file. Next, extracting field names through first row. Okay, by using the next function. Next, extracting each data row one by one by using the append function. Next, total number of rows I'm going to print in the CSV reader dot line underscore number. Next, field names. I'm going to display the field names by using this syntax. Dot join field for field in fields. Next, first 5 rows are. I'm going to display the first 5 rows by using the for row in rows colon 5. So 5 times it will execute. For column in row, here see. So I'm going to run the program. See, total number of rows. What is the total number of rows? We are going upside. Here, total number of rows. Here, how many lines of program are there in the student.csv? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, total number of rows is 7. Yes, it is correct. Next, field names. What are all the field names are there? See, field names. By using this syntax, we are getting the field names. See, what are the field names? See the student.csv, roll number, name, branch, year. So roll number, name, branch, year. That is the field names. Next, first 5 rows. What are the first 5 rows? Here Ajay, Akhilesh, Ashwin, Dinesh Kumar, Gautam. Okay, these are the first 5 rows. So see in the output screen, Ajay, Akhilesh, Ashwin, Dinesh Kumar, Gautam. Yes, I got the first 5 rows also. See, that's all. This is the way to read the CSV files. Okay, next we are going to write the content into the CSV files. So I am going to import the CSV name, branch, year, CGPA, that is the field names. Next rows, I am going to insert Cyril, Kalab, Kannan, Arigaran, Pargavi, Prasanna, these rows into my CSV file. Okay, see, I gave the field name and then rows also I included. Okay, my file name is university_records.csv. That is my file name. Next, I am going to open the file in write mode. Okay, in write mode, I am going to open the file. CSV.writer function is used to write the content into the CSV file. Next, write row of fields. First, I am going to write one row. Field I am going to write. Next, I am going to write rows of rows. I am going to include the rows. Writing the data rows. So I am going to run the program. See, everything is written. Next, I am going to open the university_records. Here, see, name, branch, year, CGPA is included. Here, name, Cyril, Kalab, Kannan, Hariharan, Pargavi, Prasanna is included. Okay. Yes, students, that's all. We have completed the lab manual. Okay, thank you all.